Jacob's journey was long and arduous. The endless expanse of the desert stretched before him, a testament to the challenges he would face. He traveled east, leaving behind the familiar landscapes of his homeland. The rolling hills and lush fields of his youth were now memories replaced by the unknown terrain ahead. Jacob carried with him the weight of his father's blessing and the hope for a new life. This blessing was not just a mere formality, it was a profound responsibility that he felt deeply in his heart. He was going to the land of his ancestors, a place he had only heard stories about. These stories, passed down through generations, painted a picture of a land rich in history and promise. It was a journey filled with uncertainty, but Jacob was determined to find a wife and build a family. The thought of creating a legacy of his own kept him moving forward step by step. His faith guided him, giving him the strength to face the unknown. Each night, under the vast canopy of stars, he would pray for guidance and protection. Jacob's heart yearned for love and a place to call his own. The desire for companionship and a sense of belonging was a constant companion on his journey. The land of the East was said to be filled with opportunities. Tales of its wealth and prosperity had reached even the most distant corners of his homeland. Jacob had heard tales of its fertile valleys and abundant flocks. These stories fueled his dreams of owning land and raising a family in a place of plenty. He dreamed of owning his own land, of becoming a shepherd like his father and forefathers. The image of a peaceful life, tending to his flocks, was a vision that kept him going. His journey was not just about finding a wife, it was about securing his future. He envisioned a life where he could provide for his family and live in harmony with the land. Jacob carried with him the hope of a prosperous life, a life free from the strife that had marked his past. The promise of a new beginning was a powerful motivator. As he traveled, Jacob encountered challenges and met new people. Each encounter taught him valuable lessons and added to his growing wisdom. He relied on his wits and the kindness of strangers. The generosity of those he met along the way was a reminder of the goodness that still existed in the world. Each day brought him closer to his destination, to the land that held the promise of a new beginning. The anticipation of reaching his goal filled him with a sense of purpose. Through it all, Jacob never lost sight of his goals. His determination was unwavering, and his resolve grew stronger with each passing day. He remained focused, driven by the desires of his heart and the blessings bestowed upon him. The journey was long, but Jacob knew that every step brought him closer to the life he had always dreamed of. The well at Haran was a bustling place, a vital hub in the heart of the desert. Shepherds gathered there daily, watering their flocks and exchanging news, stories, and laughter. It was a place of community where lives intersected under the relentless desert sun, creating bonds that were as essential as the water they drew. When Jacob arrived, weary from his long and arduous journey, he saw a beautiful young woman approaching the well. Her name was Rachel, and she was tending her father's sheep with a grace and diligence that caught Jacob's eye. Jacob, as Jacob, Rachel, you are like a vision of loveliness to me, a beacon of beauty in this harsh land. Her beauty captivated him instantly, her presence like a refreshing oasis in the desert. He felt an immediate connection to her, a spark that ignited within his soul, filling him with a sense of purpose and hope. Jacob, forgetting his fatigue and the miles he had traveled, approached Rachel with a newfound energy and determination. He was eager to learn more about this captivating woman who had so effortlessly captured his heart. Shepherd, as shepherd. She is Rachel, daughter of Laban, your uncle. She is of your own kin. At the well, Jacob learned that Rachel was the daughter of Laban, his own uncle, making her a part of his extended family. This discovery filled him with joy and a profound sense of destiny, as if the universe had conspired to bring them together. He had found not only a beautiful woman, but also a connection to his family, a link to his heritage and future. Their encounter felt ordained, a meeting orchestrated by fate, written in the stars long before they were born. Jacob, filled with emotion and a desire to impress, moved the heavy stone that covered the well so that Rachel could water her sheep. It was a gesture of strength and kindness that deeply impressed her, showing his willingness to help and protect. Their eyes met across the well, and in that moment a bond of love was forged, a connection that transcended words. It was the beginning of Jacob's great love story, a tale that would be passed down through generations, a testament to the power of love at first sight. As they walked together, the future seemed to unfold before them, filled with promise and the potential for a shared life. The sun set over the desert well, marking the end of one chapter and the hopeful beginning of another, as Jacob and Rachel's story began to be written. Under the twinkling stars, their destinies intertwined, written in the heavens, a love story that would endure the test of time. Jacob, smitten with Rachel, found himself captivated by her beauty and grace. Every moment spent with her felt like a dream, and he knew he wanted to spend the rest of his life by her side. Without hesitation, he wasted no time in declaring his intentions. His heart was set, and he was determined to make Rachel his wife. He approached her father Laban with a heart full of hope and asked for her hand in marriage. The tradition was clear, and Jacob was ready to honor it. Jacob as Jacob. Laban, I am willing to work for you for 7 years in exchange for Rachel's hand. I will prove my worth and dedication through my labor. Jacob offered to work for Laban for 7 years in exchange for Rachel's hand. It was a bold offer, but one that came from the depths of his heart. It was a testament to the depth of his love, a love so profound that he was willing to dedicate years of his life to win her heart. His willingness to dedicate years of his life to win her heart was a clear indication of his unwavering commitment. Laban as Laban, I see your strong work ethic and your genuine affection for Rachel. Your offer is generous and speaks volumes about your character. I agree to your proposal. You have my blessing to work for Rachel's hand. Laban, seeing Jacob's strong work ethic and genuine affection for Rachel, agreed to the proposal. It was a moment of mutual respect and understanding. To Jacob, 7 years seemed like a small price to pay for the love of his life. He was ready to face any challenge for Rachel. He was young, strong, and deeply in love. His heart beat only for Rachel, and his mind was filled with thoughts of their future together. He threw himself into his work, his love for Rachel fueling his every action. Each task he completed brought him one step closer to his dream. The years passed, filled with both work and anticipation. Every sunrise marked another day closer to being with Rachel. Jacob toiled diligently, proving himself to be a capable and trustworthy shepherd. His hands became calloused, and his muscles grew stronger with each passing day. His love for Rachel never wavered, growing stronger with each passing season. The bond between them was unbreakable, forged through time and dedication. He dreamed of the day he would finally call her his wife. Those dreams kept him going, even on the toughest days. Each day, Jacob worked side by side with Laban, tending his flocks and managing his affairs. The work was hard, but it was a labor of love. His dedication earned him the respect of Laban and the other shepherds. They saw in him a man of integrity and purpose. Yet, through it all, Rachel remained his primary focus. She was the reason behind his every effort, the muse that inspired his perseverance. She was the light that guided him, the promise that awaited him at the end of his service. Jacob's journey was one of love, dedication, and unwavering faith in the future they would share together. The long-awaited wedding day finally arrived. Jacob, filled with joy and anticipation, eagerly awaited his bride. A feast was prepared and the celebrations commenced. However, under the cover of night and the veil of tradition, Laban orchestrated a cruel deception. Laban, deceptively. Instead of Rachel, it was her older sister Leah who was brought to Jacob. Leah, though a kind woman in her own right, was caught in a web of deceit, her own desires overshadowed by her father's scheme. Jacob, blinded by love and the dim light, did not realize the switch until the morning light revealed the truth. Jacob, angrily. The discovery of Laban's deception filled Jacob with anger and betrayal. He had labored faithfully for 7 years, his heart set on Rachel. Now he found himself married to a woman he did not love, his dreams seemingly shattered. Leah, thrust into a loveless marriage, faced the daunting prospect of winning over a man who yearned for her sister. The deception created a rift in the family, sowing seeds of discord between sisters and shattering the trust between Jacob and his uncle. It was a betrayal that would have lasting consequences, casting a shadow over the family for years to come. Jacob, heartbroken and enraged, confronted Laban about the deception. Jacob, furiously, "Why have you deceived me? I served you for Rachel, not Leah." Laban, defensively, "It is not our custom to give the younger daughter in marriage before the older one. But if you fulfill another 7 years of labor, you may marry Rachel as well." Torn between his love for Rachel and his obligation to Leah, Jacob found himself in a difficult predicament. He still yearned for Rachel, yet he could not ignore the woman he was now bound to by marriage. Leah, longingly. Leah, caught in the crossfire, longed for Jacob's affection, which was relentlessly directed towards her younger sister. Despite the complex and emotionally charged situation, Jacob agreed to Laban's terms. His love for Rachel was unwavering, and he was willing to endure another 7 years of labor to be with her. Thus began a period of intricate family dynamics, with Jacob balancing his responsibilities and affections between two wives. Leah, reflectively. Leah, often overlooked and overshadowed by her sister's beauty, found solace in motherhood. Rachel, though deeply loved by Jacob, faced the pain of infertility. The rivalry between the sisters, fueled by societal pressures and their contrasting experiences, added another layer of complexity to this unconventional family.